Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, and welcome back. We're playing The True Story of Arkain by Undread. Act 8, Chapter 5, Lords of the Golden Guard. I remember this one from the second human book. We get to play as the Golden Guard finally. They've sort of just been punching bags up until this point. Though, I also feel that they're slightly more endearing. Like, I really liked Vandor's introduction way back in Act 5 or whatever. And even though they're very pompous, they are at least trying to just do their job. And everybody just hates them. So they are a little more endearing in that way, even though they've primarily been our enemies. So, send me in. Unaware of the events in Saria, apart from the Orcs having successfully entered it, the forces of the Golden Guard prepare themselves for battle. All over the kingdoms, their garrisons have been betrayed by the royal army, greatly reducing their numbers. The Golden Guard hardly stands alone, however. The Paladin orders, now united under Sir Praxius Braylon, have denounced the betrayal and have decided to join the Imperials, rather than remain with the kingdoms who are now allied to Gardon and his necromancers, undead, and black dragons. Now the Golden Guard finds itself not facing rebellious lords, but the demon slave, led by the arch-traitor, Lord Genithis himself. We haven't heard from Genithis since, I think, the end of Act 4, so a long time ago, and he's just coming back now. I guess he's sort of like the head demon slave. I mean, not really per se, but he's just like a high-ranking demon slave, and he betrayed everybody. More and more survivors arrive every day. They confirm what the reports have been suggesting. All over the kingdoms we've been betrayed. The royals stab, poison, and burn our garrisons all over the kingdoms. All over the kingdoms. Filthy traitors. They know they can't defeat us in an upfront fight without massive casualties, so they use these underhanded methods instead. They're hardly any better than the demons. There are still some who sympathize with us and are helping our soldiers escape. The Paladins, for example. Some of them even seek to join our ranks. We should have never saved this scum in the first place. We should have left them to die in the last war. We've had nothing but trouble on this godforsaken continent. I cannot believe that he would betray us like that. I always thought that Father was going too hard on him. Now I've come to realize he wasn't hard enough. He should have killed Gardon when he had the chance. Oh no. Look at all these new characters. Slow down there, Ed. He hasn't betrayed us specifically. He's turned against the Empire and the Emperor's decision to abandon this continent. It is a mistake on his part, but it is nothing personal. The Emperor is our cousin. His cousin. He's turned against his own family. How is this not personal? He and Father have always had a rocky relationship. His treachery only confirms that we were never family in his eyes. Gardon has built an army of dishonored knights, brigands, and outcasts. He's conscripted renegade mages and formed a pact with royal rebels. Flavius. Great name. He joined forces with the Undead to kill the Queen of the Elves and replace her with a puppet from the kingdoms, not to mention how many of our soldiers died because of him. There are even rumors of him rallying even the corrupted, black-hearted dragons of this continent to his cause. Old Ramirius would turn in his grave if he knew about this. 5 Vandor's children, I believe? There can be only one answer to these crimes, no matter their intention. Gardon must be executed, no matter what caused him to act the way he did, no matter who pulled the strings behind all of this. We mustn't rest until his lifeless body lies before us. It is our duty. He can explain his actions to his father when they meet in the afterlife, if he even gets to meet him, rather than being thrown in the depths of hell itself, which would still be kind, mind you. Gardon would never turn against the Emperor on a whim. I feel that there's more behind this entire treason than we know. Tepid pause. There's no need to glare at me like that, Richard. I can feel your disdain. I'd hope that your dislike for me would... It's not you I dislike, sister. It's what made you into what you are now. I weep for the sister we lost when they took you. I see. So your hatred for the Angelics has only lessened, not been removed completely. I'm still the same Valerie who left you that day. Don't let your hatred cloud your judgment, Richard. You too know that there's more to Gardon's treachery than we were told. Right now there's an army of demons and their slaves approaching. We should focus on them instead. Yes, I've heard that Genithis is leading them. I'd like to ride out and meet this traitor in combat so I can rip his black heart out. Enough. Father wishes to see us. We shouldn't keep him waiting. Most elements of the Golden Guard have retreated to this position, High Lord. It is doubtful that we can expect many more to come here. Right now, large portions of our forces are busy training the new recruits and conscripts. Good. I want to keep them training. They need to be ready once Gardon and his forces arrive. Yes. High Lord, are you sure that Gardon is responsible for all of this? That we shouldn't try to? I've known Gardon for many years. He will not back down, not now. The darkness he has surrounded himself with has completely corrupted him by now. He will not negotiate, and we cannot let him continue. Tepid pause. There are more pressing matters at the moment. The demons and their slaves will attempt to attack us to disrupt the construction of the Purificator. Unfortunately, it is not operational just yet, else I would have liked to test it on them. No, this is a matter I will attend to personally. This traitor scum is the sole reason why Lore fell. If he had not turned Imperial against Imperial, the Orcs would have never broken through, and neither would the demons. Sir Praxius, ride out and prepare our forces. I want you and your paladins to assist me. Gladly. Father, you wanted to see us. Ah, yes I did. My children, the traitor Genithis and his vile forces have arrived. They are, however, not the only threat we face. The Royal Army is testing our defenses. We mustn't let either of those traitors sabotage our mission. We shall hold this fortress until Marin has finished his cannon, and once he has, we will obliterate the enemies of the Empire before leaving this continent. Richard, you and Edward shall guard our southern flank. Don't let the traitors from the kingdoms establish a foothold in the area. Father, allow me to lead our cavalry against the traitor Genithis. Let me prove myself by presenting his burned corpse. Your enthusiasm is appreciated, Edward. However, Genithis' life is mine to take. He turned against the Emperor, and for that, he shall face the judgment of my hammer. Do as you are told. Your chance to prove yourself will come soon enough. Richard? Of course, as you wish, Father. Valerie, you and Fiona will take control of the northern outpost. You will prevent Genithis from taking that position and attack his flanks from there. Of course, Father. You will stay in that base, Fiona. I don't want you risking your life against Genithis' demonic masters. Naturally. Valerie? I will keep her alive, Father, don't worry. Flavia, she'll come with me. Marin will take care of the fortress. Of course, Father. Honey, wake up. 5 new Vandorses just dropped. We quick save because we gotta read everything, because everybody, we're gonna have items and heroes and abilities and stuff. The game has frozen. Oh no, we're back. We're back. Don't worry. Use a castle to send Lord Marin 10,000 lover. Lord Marin would gladly lend Reynold Van Doorst additional aerial support, but the cannon he's working on requires a huge amount of resources. If he was sent a large amount of lumber, Marin would be able to build and send several Imperial airships to the relief of the Golden Guard. Here's the question. In the original version of this map, it was incredibly difficult. Very, very hard, and I beat it using only destructors. The question is, if this is now possible not using destructors, because we have really good paladins and stuff at our disposal, plus 2 actual allied bases this time, then maybe we don't want to do this, because it'll just make the Golden Guard stronger in an upcoming mission. In theory, I don't know what may be different. The filthy demons are attempting to attack the cannon that the Golden Guard wishes to use to cover their retreat from this lost continent. They are accompanied by a large force of demon slaves led by the traitor scum Lord Genithis. This man has insulted the Empire and caused endless strife all over the kingdoms with his betrayal, and for that he shall die by the hands of the High Lord. You love to see it. Character knowledge, we're reading the lore. The High Lord of the Imperial Court, Lord Inquisitor of the Order of the Righteous, Lord Consultant of the Emperor, General of the Golden Guard, and my father. Unlike the other siblings of the former Emperor, my father loathed the idea of letting wealth and power corrupt him. He became the greatest warrior of the Empire, driving the few remaining demons of Rodan off our shores. He's a hero of the Empire. Fools call him, his forces, and his family arrogant. It isn't arrogance if it's true. We're the best of the best. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here now and have to deal with the troublesome kingdoms. Yet, something troubles my father. I can feel it, but I don't know what it is. I have my suspicions, however. Sir Praxius Braylon. Only few know who Sir Praxius was before he joined the Order of the Righteous and the Golden Guard. I know some of it. He was an orphan who lived in the outskirts of the Imperial capital. I'm not sure how he became a paladin. He was already trained to be one when he joined my father's order. There's one more thing I do know, however. He and Gardon knew each other before then, and while Gardon seems to hold the paladin in high regard, his direwolf Zed does like Praxius a lot. I know Zed at least a little bit. He's only really friendly with close friends or friendly relatives of Gardon, and both are rare. Praxius is a massive towering mountain of a man. He could as well be a soldier of the Bull Regiment. He's a kind-hearted and loyal paladin. Despite being friendly with his fellow soldiers, he's often found sitting alone at his campfire staring at that amulet of his. A connection to his past, I'm sure, though he never talks about it. More amulets shenanigans? It's, I guess, not just Gardon. I thought the amulets were shadow magic related. Oh my gosh, look at all this character knowledge. Look at all this character knowledge. Can I tell you something? We'll continue reading the character knowledge next time. Let's read the faction knowledge. Not next time. Maybe at the end of this video. It depends on how much progress we make. We are the pride of the Empire and the Emperor alike. Under my father's leadership, the Golden Guard has been formed to be the best the Empire has to offer. And we are. Our soldiers are the best of the best. We cannot be corrupted, neither by mortal nor by immortal promises. Many call us arrogant. Let them. They don't understand that we have come to this point not because we were given everything, but because we fought for it. My father is unlike my aunts and uncles. He would rather die in combat than live forever in some luxurious palace. Those who cannot understand that are unworthy of joining us in our war against the enemies of Rodan. Demon slaves. The greed of these lesser beings is unbelievably idiotic. They're parasites who hope that the demons will keep the empty promises that appeal to the lesser instincts of the weak-minded. They cannot be redeemed, none of them. Redeemed. There can be no mercy, for such creatures deserve none. They stand for everything my family is fighting against. They will all burn. Utalum Flavius. Okay, we can now get paladins. Let's check what our boni are. Here we go. The Holy Crusade of Vandurus. No matter what his enemies say, High Lord Reynold Vandurus didn't get all his titles just because he was the current Emperor's uncle. On the contrary, the Lord Inquisitor loathed his siblings for letting luxury make them become lazy and corrupt. The General of the Golden Guard himself was the one who led the final assault against the demons on the continent of the Empire, destroying their forces there entirely. Some even claim that without him leading them, the armies of the Empire would have been utterly crushed by the demons. The Lord Consultant of the Emperor inspired his troops into a holy zeal, turning the war for survival into a holy crusade against the demons. Under his command, even the soldiers on the brink of death will keep fighting, for they fight to purge the lands of all that is unholy. All of our basic units, Angelics, HP by 200. That's pretty good. But Matt, we want to go big numbers in that case. The Holy Bastion. After the mysterious demise of Salamar the Healer and after the kingdoms and Gardon seal their unholy pacts with necromancers, shadows, undead, and black dragons, the paladins voluntarily join the Golden Guard, seeing their former allies as corrupted by evil. The Templar commanded Praxius, the Holy Bastion Braylon, was appointed as their new leader by the paladins themselves. His fiery speeches increased their effectiveness in battle. The words of their new charismatic leader are enough to make them live up to the high expectations the Holy Bastion holds for them. Attack damage by 5, hit points by 200, and armor by 2. I feel like paladins are just so good as long as we actively use them. I'll read all this stuff that's happening later. I'm leaning towards the paladins without a doubt here. Let's check our heroes. We got Praxius here. He looks very similar to how he was similarly Holy Light Barrier. Commander is great. Resurrection. Summons the memory of the past, the ghostly memory of an old friend of Sir Praxius.
I swear, do not fear.
Maybe the implication here is like memory of the past, like this is like an uncorrupted Gardon, maybe? I'm not so sure. Again, we'll read all this stuff when we go into the actual mission later. Armor. It is said that Sir Praxius forged his armor himself and has further improved it over the years. It allowed him to stand in the first line of defense of every charge and every defense, protecting those who stood by his side. It's got an orb. Old amulet. The history of this amulet seems to be known only to its wearer, and he would never speak a word about it when asked. What I like about this is it's implying that the amulet shenanigans might not necessarily be Brian's shadow magic per se. It might be something totally separate. That's the implication I'm getting here. Flavius, nothing too special. Holy Light, 2 passives. Hardening's always very good. Plus 15 of all stats. He's a big boy. He's a chunky boy. Vandurus, what can you do? The Holy Grail. Reynold Vandurus and the quest for the Holy Grail. This ancient artifact is said to contain the blood of the Arcanians, the first race to wander Arkain. After the downfall of this ancient race, it was lost to myth and legend until High Lord Inquisitor Reynold Vandurus found it and drank some of the still warm blood contained therein. He would never tell a soul where or how he had obtained it. Interesting. These actual items now that are in people's inventory are giving some really interesting lore flair. So there's something, again, a little more sinister going on with, like, the angelic faith and the Empire in general with the amulets and now this Holy Grail. 500 HP, by the way, really good. Every stat plus 9. Before his death, Emperor Cenarion, the Demon Slayer, had declared that his most trusted advisors would be given magical amulets blessed by the high priests of the Empire. These amulets would impart holy protections and blessings upon the wearer. This tradition is still being honored by the emperors and their advisors. Interesting. So he also has an amulet. Maybe similar to the one
Do not fear.
Praxius is wearing, though Praxius is from the Kingdoms, I believe. Or maybe not. Praxius might be from the Empire, but now he, like, is a paladin from the Empire that runs the Kingdoms. I don't know. It's all a combined order now. Interesting. Okay, I feel like we have dragons, by the way. Let's just go ahead and load our quick save and actually play the game. We take the Paladin Boni. We build Paladins. We get our upgrades. Do that. And I remember explicitly, we cut through these trees, and then there are demon lords on both sides behind trees. This was one of the original, like, haha, demons behind trees situations.
I hate already with these people.
You may now recruit paladins, indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab all of our production structures. So I'd like to cut through those trees as fast as possible. We could also, I mean, 3 heroes is really nice. So we've got Celestial Battalion up here. Lord Marinus sent siege tanks to support us, High Lord. Very nice. There's Fiona and Valerie. And then Richard and Edward down here. Okay, well, that's nice.
The light is with us.
Normally, you have an ally up here if you don't kill the Dark Elves in an earlier mission. Okay, we got some enemies. Oh, we got some serious enemies up here. Let's go.
Of course. Research. You have a target?
Okay, all enemies of the Golden Guard must be slain for the greater good, indeed. Yes, Legacy of Salamar, absolutely. Give me that memory of the past. Give me a barrier. Summons the Hand of Light, a powerful magical golem that can cast Holy Light. I'd love to. Deems the Zealot worthy to join the ranks of the Templars and send the Zealot away to receive training. Allows you to train a free Templar at your castle. Every Zealot you send away increases the limit. Okay, that's fine. Heal here. Just keep using that. And then what's this? Engulfs the weapon of the hero with Holy Fire, increasing the damage by 30 and adding splash damage. We're under attack by black dragons. Fear not, soldiers, the Golden Guard will endure. Get these overgrown fire-breathing birds out of my base. Okay, I like Fiona. She's sassy. She's sassy. All right, let's kill this. Let's kill this big boy here.
The light is with us.
You think death lets you escape from your sins, demon? I think not. With the power of the Grail, I shall purify your rotten soul, and you shall live again to fight for absolution. Rise and join the vanguard of Vandors. So the rumors are true, and Gardon has allied himself with black dragons. If his undead and royal pets weren't enough. As if his undead pets weren't enough. Wait! He ran. Reynald, allow me to present our newest allies, the Swamp Dragons. You will find them quite useful, I'm sure, and they really hold a grudge against the Black Dragons. All it took was my diplomatic skills and some armor. Well, add him.
Your Honor.
Okay, you are temporary diplomatic skills, Marin? I'm as surprised as you are. This guy is permanent. That's Van Doors's ult. A lot's going on here. Do we need to go up here and help them? Okay, they're okay. Celestial Battalion has the Valkyries. Let's go ahead and add these dudes to my main group. I'm going to continue making workers, and we're going to build some additional, because we want to get a lot of lumber. What was it, like 10,000? And then we have to be prepared to fight against those flyers that might come and get us. So you've got War Stomp. Okay. All right, all right, all right. That's cool. Go ahead and just always use your Q, Van Doors. It's just a straight-up buff.
I am here.
Angelics, just straight-up damage boost, Dispel Magic. 250 damage. Oh, my gosh. That's, like, actually cracked. Get these upgrades, please. Get these upgrades, please. Start getting paladins. Lots and lots of paladins. Let's go ahead and just keep cleaning our way out through here. So there's more demon lords behind these trees. We want to cut through these like ASAP. That sounds excellent. Okay, rally up to the Angelic, I guess. And let's just keep pushing kind of in this general direction. We have a very strong hero group with these dragons as well. And might as well just use the memory of the past frequently. Do you have anything special? Not really. I mean, we have another base down here, so like we might as well take this, though I don't expect it to last very long.
I am here.
Pick this up.
We shall not falter. Right.
One of you pick this up, please. I beg of you. Okay, let's keep pushing kind of in this general direction. Looks like my ally up top is moving out, though he explicitly told the other folks down south not to move out, I believe. Am I correct in thinking this? I distinctly remember the layout of this base, by the way. Of this map, rather. This map was used many, many times. Man, getting some Zealots into Templars seems really good. It's just they have a long way back to go to the castle. So maybe I won't be using them. We also have to remember that as soon as we break through these trees, we're going to have to back up and kill the Demon Lords that are back there. So that's less than fun for me, but it's something we're going to have to do. What I'd like to do
By my honor.
is we can... Oh, yep, there's Royal Army. We can kind of scooch our way around here and look for any enemies that are just sort of chilling out and catch enemy attacks on their way to us. But we don't want to get too close because we'll draw out their defensive force over here too, which would be, no, I don't want to say a disaster, but it would be bad. Crossbowmen.
Well, what do you
Do we want to take, like, all these bases? That's the question. Okay, move on up.
I am the Iron Hand.
So, like, we don't want this group engaging, because, again, if we get too close, that's bad news. That's a paladin. Just back up. What is awesome here is, like, we're actually seeing some, like, major Golden Guard power here. Like, we're blasting through these attack waves, which I love. But don't get too close. We'll worry about that later. In theory, they'll attack down in this direction, right? Because this is we have a building getting set up over here. So let's
For the king.
let's kind of chill down here and get set up.
What do you need?
And if hopefully they don't go up. I mean, they may attack further up, but we'll see.
More work.
The next thing I want to do is build some defenses against dragons, though in theory, Celestial Battalion should be protecting us against dragons. I can't be sure about that, but I have a distinct memory of getting absolutely obliterated by dragons on this mission. So I'm going to, I don't want to say obliterated, but there are a lot of dragons on this mission, so we're going to get a lot of towers. This will also defend against the Demon Lords behind the trees to some extent. It's kind of wacky, but we can afford it, so I'm going to do it. We'll get imbued masonry as well. Ah, see, they're going around us. Let's see if we can drag them this way.
At once. Absolutely.
Well, we're going to have to kill this one and then back up. Hero group, why don't we send you back?
Forces are under attack.
We're 3-3 now, right? Yes. And we'll just get maxed out on siege weaponry and, oh yeah, we gotta move these dudes up. We'll get maxed out on siege weaponry, and we'll get maxed out on,
Say the word.
paladins. Well, that's a mistake. Well, we have all these free towers. I have a distinct memory of those as well. Here we go. Now, I don't know, but I don't think that demons will, or dragons rather, will be attacking us from the bottom. That's only Royal Army? I don't know. I think in the original, this base down here were Orcs. But that's not the case here in the true story for a variety of reasons that we don't need to get into. Can we build more of these swamp dragons? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's head back. Celestial Battalion kind of poking in there, seeing what they can do. I'm going to build more siege tanks, and I'm going to get more paladins. And let's get some angelics, too, to buff the paladins, and then now we can actually move these dudes up to the front. I don't know if this is an attack wave or what, but they did get drawn into us. Maybe we should spec into... We should just go smite instead. 250 damage is huge compared to typical things like that. Okay, good stuff.
Job's done.
That's done.
Job's done.
And we are going to have to back up in order to get...
Job's done.
in order to kill the Demon Lords, too. Okay, this is insane, but, like, again, it's kind of one of those things that I think will be worth it in time. Let's build more. I built another one down here, too, didn't I? Yes. Well, we're going to get these saturated. I could take the third one as well, though it is more exposed. As long as I can kind of keep an eye on them.
I am here. Well, what are you waiting?
It couldn't hurt to just holy call the zealots that I have, right?
Yes, my liege.
And then he disappears into the ether.
Say the word. Ready to on my way.
Can I build them out of these? No. Does it have to be at my castle? Yes. And they're 5 food. Okay, we'll get Magic Sentry.
Our allies' town is under siege.
That's gonna be distracting, and it seems like Holy Battalion won't actually be attacking.
What do you need?
Unfortunately.
Command me.
Okay, we have lots of paladins. That's what you love to see.
Aye, sir. Aye.
Let's get some more workers. Maybe we want to build some forward production. What did I tell you? And this is pretty substantial. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this isn't even enough. I'm gonna keep making more workers. Like, we're trying. We could try and focus fire. 3? I mean, that's a lot. I guess make some crossbowmen here at home. Holy cow. I mean, yeah, that's no joke. That's a substantial attack. We got to pull off some of these dudes to come over and repair. And for some reason, I'm really intensely trying to get their lumber returned first, which is probably a mistake. I'm thinking we maybe wait for the next major enemy attack and then we just go. And then I think maybe we just go. There we go. We got some crossbowmen coming in. Okay, another one down. That should be enough to kill these things. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it into my other ones, but...
Yes, my lord.
Okay, I see him coming over here. Let's see if we can pull him.
Our town is under siege.
Perfect.
I swear it.
Oh, that's a lot. So the Emperor sends... I'm just going to read. So the Emperor sends his finest soldiers, the Golden Guard, to fight me in his name? I'm not impressed. Your forces haven't really been successful so far. You can't even get rid of someone like Gardon. All right, Genithis. Eat shit, okay? Give me a memory of the past, please. Vandor's in the front tanking. You've caused quite some trouble with your little betrayal, Genithis. It ends here. You're nothing more than an arrogant... You never had a real enemy. Your past successes are meaningless. You weren't even enough of a man to fight the demons. You joined them instead. I will not just kill you. I'll spit on your memory. You will be forgotten. You will die nobody with nothing. No wealth, no respect, no army. The very fear that led you to the demons shall become reality. Yo, you tell him. Vandor's going off. Let's get some of these lieutenants. I don't know what they can do, but we'll find out. How are we doing up here? Oh. I see.
Do not fear.
Okay. Send me back, I guess.
What do you need?
It seems like they go up.
Well,
They go up every time. So we might as well have camped our stuff here instead. So I guess we remake a bunch of our workers. We return here. Is the dragon still here? I don't think so. We can build this base, and then just in the future, we'll camp all of our crap over here instead. There was no way I could know, dude.
All right.
And we can just, like, cram in a few towers, because it doesn't hurt, but...
You have a target? Our town is under siege.
Okay, let's move on up.
Forces are under attack.
Don't worry, we're coming back. Actual Genithis is here. You know, tower spam kind of kind of did something for us. Tempting to maybe just go and attack here pretty soon. What, did I maybe attack their defensive force? I think maybe that is the case. Okay, well, now that I know that they're going to be coming from that specific direction, you know, it is what it is. We're probably getting relatively close to those dudes behind the trees. Paladins, heal yourself. And then we head all the way back here, and we chill on the top this time, because if they're always going to go to the top, then, like, okay, that's easy, right? We know what they're going to do literally every single time. We're getting there with Marin. We're getting there. I think I am going to do that objective just because I'm just going to do it. Okay, we'll build workers here. Get them up here. We got the income. Vanguard. Oh, why does he have a... Did you see that? Why did he have a footman portrait? Well, now he's gone. And I lost a dragon. No, I didn't lose a dragon. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. Losing the Vanguard sucks, but, like, who cares? I mean, I kind of care, but I was just confused because it was like a weird... It wasn't the portrait I expected to see. Oh, no. No, the dragon's back here. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Okay, come on back up top. We have to sit up here, remember? Don't forget.
Our allies' town is under siege. Yes, below.
Okay. And then we're going to sit up here instead.
I am the Iron Hand.
This poor guy is stuck. He doesn't know what's going on. All right, let's just get everyone over here. And then we rally up here and we build siege tanks, because we're going to get ready to attack here pretty soon. I think that's... We've got the income. Everything's great. I mean, everything's not great, but it's not terrible. And we'll just, once again, we're going to spam out a ton of towers. 3 black dragons at a time is very difficult, actually, to kill. I'm not sure what else to do about that besides spam out the towers. Okay. Keep making workers here. Let's get this built. Let's get this built.
Time to go. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's
Oh, okay, and then purple is moving. I say we quick save and we go ahead and go.
Job's done. I can't do that.
I just need to get these dudes into the fight. There's really not that much that's usable here. We, like, spam heal Flavius. We spam heal our dragon. Hello? Everybody's silenced. Okay, dragon back out. I don't know. Apparently we can't. I don't know if we can rebuild these or not, so. Okay, cool. Ooh, this is quite a bit. I think this was the right choice to attack with what's its name battalion.
Let me invest.
And then we rally more. We resurrect. Dude, if we would have gotten a swamp dragon back, that would have been sick. I think losing a swamp dragon here was a really bad thing, actually. I can almost get destructors from Lord Marin as well. Keep pushing in. We made progress. Pretty fantastic, actually. We can just resummon this thing. Paladins are real good, man. They're really good, especially with the bone eye. Holy cow. Yo, let's go Celestial Battalion. Oh, no, Holy Battalion's got those too. You'll love to see it. Yes, Armored Swamp Dragons, you do chaos damage. Go ahead and focus fire these things down. Oh, good resurrect, Mr. Vandor's, Richard Vandor's. Good resurrect. Strong resurrect. Oh, look out. All right, we're getting separated here. We want to stay together. Keep purple together as well. dragons, we're just going to have you focus fire structures, please. Focus fire structures along with my siege weaponry. Oh, and I'm loving it. By the way, let's not forget, turn these all into... before, I can't send the lumber to Lord Marin until I take care of this, so we're going to take care of this right now. If we got hit by black dragons at this moment, we'd be in trouble, but I think we'd be okay. I swear if it's... Ah! Okay, well, I'm across the map. There's nothing I could do, dude. We'll send him the money for the destructors and maybe have those kill the black dragons for us. We're in here. We're flooding. We're gonna outright win, I think, at this rate. Good stuff. Get over here and go for the castle. We attack with our allies. It was the right choice. I can't build archers because I'm supply capped. I can't do anything about it. Get these dudes in here. Apparently, we can use this this breath of fire. That's really exciting. That's pretty neat. Dude, we bombed through them. Paladins can't attack air. I could send my heroes back to deal with the dragons. I think we're going to have to here momentarily. Do we have an altar that's being built?
We humans have to stick together.
I'll be honest, I think we just won, so we're going to come back here. Ooh, and it looks like we opened the way as well. We're going to come back. We're going to kill these dragons, which is not an easy feat. We're like fully supply capped, so I'm pretty sure like we're in great shape here. Oh, Thorn's Aura. Okay, that's cool. Start attacking the demon gates, please. Looks like the demon slaves are actually gone. And then Holy Battalion down here and Celestial Battalion. I like how they're both here. We timed this attack like, almost accidentally really well. Don't worry, we're coming. We're coming. Did we break through these trees yet? Not quite yet. I'd love to raise those other demon lords that are inevitably behind the trees. This is my opportunity. If I save and I don't do this, it might make a future mission easier. So you know what? Again, I don't want to say we're definitely at the end, but we're very close to the end. So we'll make an Arkain Flyers save because there's a chance. Again, this is going to make things a lot rougher in the future. Don't worry, we're here, and also the black dragons are not attacking together, so we're in great shape. Okay, it appears to me as if the demon gates are actually pumping things out faster. Well, I mean, I could make crossbowmen now. I probably don't need crossbowmen, but I should make some. We're going to get some angelics and more paladins. And just keep attacking those demon gates. Okay, black dragons are gone. Heroes, let's get you up here. So that we can meander inside these woods. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's 3! Okay, that's scary. Swamp dragons, you're probably in trouble here. I don't know if the swamp dragons... It doesn't seem like the swamp dragons can be resurrected, so... Here. Here. Memory of the past, please. Memory of the past. Let's just keep... Oh, hello. Well, level 10 hero, but I think we'll be okay with what we've got. You guys just attack the demon gate. Get up there with your Thorns Aura, please. We got more units coming in. Get in there. How's this going up here? Not great. Well, it seems like the swamp dragons are taking a lot of heat. I'm going to back them out, actually, and we can let's send them back over here, and we can repair them with my paladins. Dude, paladins are actually cracked. I'm not looking forward to having to assault this fortress in the inevitable mission. I mean, like, spoilers sort of, but, like, again, if you play this, you kind of know. Let's go ahead and get Retribution out here, too. Adds 30 damage. My goodness. There we go. Rune of Mana is very nice and needed. And then we get him. I'm loving that he resurrects them all. I really, really love that. And we're cutting our way through. It looks like we're close. A gem of health. Like, do we even want to be... do we even want to be giving these to heroes? Praxius for sure. Rune of Healing is very nice. Heal Flavius.
We shall not falter. For the light.
Everybody get down here, please. Down here, please.
All right. More work. Yes, my liege. Command
And then
all the
we
king.
spam it up.
Absolutely.
Now, losing a dragon
Yes, at once.
and losing a...
Orders. How may I serve?
we lost a dragon and we lost something else.
Have you
Oh,
lost
one of the... What are they called now? The ones that we resurrected. The vanguards. Does hurt. Certainly. These vanguards don't seem like they're as good as the demon lords that we raise. It's weird that they have they just look like guys. Are they just giant guys? They are just giant. They're giant guys. Why do they have human faces? That's actually really disturbing. I'm going to be honest.
What is it?
I'm super oversupplied as well. Oh, because of this. Oh, that's the mission. Gotta read the lore! Character knowledge. I gave you my solemn vow. Lord Marin is one of Father's closest advisors and most trusted officers in the Golden Guard. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most renowned and skilled engineer of the entire Empire and, by extent, humankind. One of his creations are the Destructors, powerful airships capable of causing massive destruction. Many wonder why such a man is part of the Golden Guard and even claim he is only around out of sheer boredom. Marin and my father have been working together for many years. Marin participated in the final eradication of demonkind on Rodan. They've been friends ever since. And the Golden Guard also happens to have the resources that Marin needs for his experimental weapons. He may lack most human emotions and morality, but he is without a doubt a genius. His purificator may play a vital part in my father's plans, whatever that may turn out to be. Flavius. I consider important to state several things regarding my family. Unlike certain other members of the Imperial nobility, my siblings and I have not just become part of the Golden Guard because of my father arranged it. We all had to prove ourselves, and as his oldest living son, I am expected to one day follow in his footsteps as head of the family and within the Golden Guard. It remains to be seen if I prove worthy for such a position. If not, then I can accept that. The soldiers of the Golden Guard are the best of the best. Only the best of the best shall lead it. If I prove unworthy, I still have a wife and children to return to, and if I should fall in battle, my oldest sister Catherine will take care of them. Wow. Wait, Catherine? Who's Catherine? My older sister. Oh, okay. So there's another child of Vandor who's not here, Catherine. Okay, and she's the eldest? Presumably, there might be even more. Who knows? Okay, character knowledge 3. My youngest brother Edward is a talented rider from birth. He was never expected to join the Golden Guard, but wanted to anyway improve himself both in battle and jousting tournaments all over the Empire. He prefers lighthearted talks over serious conversations and is eager to gain glory and prove himself. Edward may be a bit hot-headed at times, but he cares for the well-being of his family over anything else. He's the one that wanted to find glory, and he did! He came in here and he cleaned this base out. He ended the mission, basically, for us. You love to see it. Fiona. The sassy one, my youngest sister, and actually the last member of our family to enter the service of the Golden Guard. She had first joined the regular army before deciding to try and qualify for the Golden Guard, which she did, though she had to work hard for it. Father had originally been against her joining the army, wanting her to consider other options like the Navy or the Imperial Court like our older sister. It was only one talk that they had about the whole affair, however. Fiona declared that she would go through with her intentions with or without his blessing. Father didn't object when she joined the military. Mother had died just weeks prior to Fiona making her decision. I think Father was worried about her well-being and wanted to make sure she was serious rather than it being a reaction to Mother's death. In fact, Fiona proved that she was worthy of joining the Golden Guard only a few days before we set sail towards Arkain, and her test was exceptionally difficult. One of them was facing Richard in single combat. She lost that battle but still managed to prove herself and was trained by Richard on our voyage. I believe Father wanted her to stay home, but she was too stubborn, just like when she joined the army. Oh my gosh. Two more children? My brother Richard. When we were younger, we were very different from one another and disagreed over many things. Richard spent more time with the young noble and not so noble ladies than he did with training. Things changed when our oldest brother died. Richard became a different man when he saw the corpse. He joined the Golden Guard and proved himself, becoming the leader of the Holy Battalion as well as joining the Order of the Righteous. Ever since then, we have been closer than ever. Richard still has a less serious attitude than I do, but I know I can trust him. So purple is Holy Battalion. My sister Valerie left home to study magic at one of the Imperial academies when she was but a child. Mere months later, word reached us that some magical accident at the academy had left her close to death and heavily crippled. Father had her come home at once and let the Angelics tend to her. I wasn't around when they healed her, but Richard told me that the Angelics spent a long time with her alone. and then talking to my father with nobody else allowed in. After some time, Valerie was brought to them to drink from the Grail. She was, I think, so it's basically saying, like, she would have died, but then she drank from the Grail. The angelic faith in general comes from this Grail, which is an Arcanian artifact with creepy blood in it that apparently never runs dry, it seems like. And that also is what gave Vandor's his power. So it seems like the power of the light, the righteous, the angelics, if you will, is actually some Arcanian relic. I don't know. She was still a young child at the time. No other had been given this honor at such a young age before. According to Richard, it was the angelics, not father, who initiated the whole thing. Drinking from the Grail changed Valerie forever, turning into angelic while still being a child. She would then go on to train with them. For all these years, we hardly saw her. Originally, Richard hated the angelics for taking our sister away and was angry at father for letting them do that. When Richard changed, he let go of his hatred and anger as well as his other sins, especially when we eventually got to see Valerie again. She changed a lot. I believe that Richard still mistrusts the angelics before this whole affair. Because of this whole affair, however, he can't help but wonder what they did to Valerie during her long absence. I, for one, am glad that she is alive and well. Oh, okay. 5 new characters. The Children of Vandor's, all pretty interesting. I like them all. It's hard for me to keep track of them all, as I've said in the past. Hopefully they all have their own little individual roles to play. I'm sure some of them will just die. It's possible some of them will live on to do something else in the future. Okay, but that's the end, right? My goodness. That's a one-shot. A one-shot macro map. I warned you, traitor. You lie dead before me. Your demon masters have abandoned you, and you have lost your value to them. Even these vile creatures understand what a weakling you are. That was for betraying both the Empire and the kingdoms. That was for all the soldiers you betrayed at the end of the Void War. That was for all the soldiers you betrayed in Lure. That was for betraying the Emperor. And this is for Gardon, the man whose death was ordered only because of your vile, selfish, and stupid treachery. The Emperor ordered the execution of his beloved bastard brother because of you. You will be forgotten, Genithis. You're nothing. Just dirt beneath my boots. The traitor is dead, his army scattered. We have both avenged the defeat in Lore and destroyed this vile filth once and for all. That means we can focus on finishing the Purificator, at least until Bloodclaw and his allies arrive. Yes. You received word from the Emperor, didn't you? What did he tell you? Any new orders? Tepid pause. Reynold? The Emperor's decreed that we've failed him. His bride-to-be has died under our protection. We have been exiled, Marin. We are to remain here and either win against all odds or die fighting. Are you serious? Yes. Interesting. I suspected something was off when he made you try to get Bloodclaw killed. At that point, Bloodclaw had done nothing to justify such harsh action. I didn't expect him to turn on you next, however. Especially since the death of the Elven Queen is his own fault. He shouldn't have sent her back to Arkain. Idiotic. Oh, that answers a question I had previously, actually. So, what is our next move, then? Joining Bloodclaw is out of the question. He and his kingdom lackeys will want our blood. They cannot be trusted. No, Gardon is no ally of ours. The darkness that surrounds him has completely consumed him. He remains our enemy no matter what. I will send Sir Praxius to negotiate with the dwarves. They have no love for black dragons, and Gardon has allied himself with. We cannot allow the demons to abuse our infighting. We need the dwarves to hold the line while we deal with Gardon. We will defeat Gardon's forces when they attack us, finish the Purificator, and use it against the demons, ending their invasion. Once that is done, we shall set sail towards Rodan. The Emperor has much to answer for. Grand Crusade of the Golden Guard! Very well. I shall return to my work then. We will need a lot of mechanical support for this, and I intend to make sure that we have as much as we need. Except I didn't pay for your airships, Marin. I don't want to see those in a later mission, okay? I worked very hard to not give those to you. My future wife is dead, and Gardon still lives, Reynold. You have failed me twice. Here are your new orders. Kill Gardon and all who follow him, no matter the cost. Send your entire army after him. Abandon the kingdoms and everyone to their fates. Just kill Gardon and his traitor friends. You two used to be so close. Why is it that you want his death so badly now? I've grown up. He's no brother of mine. He's power-hungry, twisted, and evil. A tyrant. You know I'm right. Even if he did not want my throne, which he does, others will try to make him take my place. He's dangerous to me, a threat created by the weakness of my father. Deal with it accordingly. If you don't, others will. And if you don't, you, like him, may never return to the Empire. Farewell, Reynold. Tepid pause. I shall not murder my own kin, even if it is Gardon. That boy had it hard enough and still managed to get so far. He deserves a chance to turn back from the path he has taken, whether he takes it or not. Brother, forgive me. Ah, Flavius, did the smell of burning rotten corpses lead you here? The undead will not be able to use any of the fallen from this battle. Have you heard the news? Yes, I have. I figured you might want to talk about it. What's there to talk about? Our cousin's lost his mind. My soldiers of the Holy Battalion defended the elves with their very lives. Exiling the Golden Guard disgraces their memory as well as everything we and Father have ever done for the Empire. First Gardon, now him. This cannot stand. This will not stand. Do you think it would be wise to make peace with Gardon now? Or at least let him have this godforsaken continent so that we can leave westwards? The Emperor has much to answer for. No, there can be no peace with Gardon. He killed the future wife of our Emperor, our cousin and his half-brother. You and I both know that he's probably already also behind Larig's death, Catherine's husband. He is a kinslayer, and as such he must be dealt with, for the sake of our family. Get some insight there into Larig's relationship here with the Empire. I never hated him, never. But if I want to protect my father, my brothers and sisters, if I want to protect my wife and children, I cannot let him, a man who kills his own family, live. You're right, we have little choice in the matter. We can never trust the words of a kinslayer. I trust Father to deal with him accordingly. If not, then I will, for our family. As long as I still live, Gardon will never know safety. And as long as I'm able, I shall help you, brother. Now, you should get going and get some sleep. It's been a long day. You're right. Good night, Richard. Good night, Flavius. Valerie, just what have those angelics done to you? Is something the matter, my lady? No, Nysara, it's nothing. So the true story definitely brings a bigger spotlight to the angelics and just like what's going on with them. The only thing, I'm not sure how that fits into the true story's narrative this late in. I feel like it's probably like a grander plot thread for like Arkain that extends past the in-game missions is my guess. I can't be sure because, you know, we got short stories and stuff. This mission elucidates a lot. It allows you to play as the Golden Guard, and I think this was a massive improvement over the original. The reason for that is because in the original, this mission was very, very difficult. I think what needed to happen, and now has happened in the true story, is you get to play as the Golden Guard to, number one, humanize them a bit more and make you a bit more sympathetic to them, even though we've only been killing them. And yes, again, they're like very arrogant when you fight them, and then they just lose, so it's kind of silly. And again, they just become punching bags. This kind of gives them that weight where like you have the power to absolutely smash enemies here. Genithis is actually the perfect kind of straw man to just blast at the end here. And so this mission served to properly set up how big and well defended the new Golden Guard fortress is, and their survivors are streaming into it. All their power base is located here now, and they don't really have a presence elsewhere on the continent. But also, we got introduced to all the kids, and they all kind of understand. They kind of wish Gardon wasn't going down this path, but they were ordered to kill him. So it goes to show that the Emperor actually ordered his father's brother, Vandor, to come to the continent and kind of stealth kill Gardon, which he tried to do by stirring up a rebellion. So rather than just outright killing Gardon, he wanted to give him a chance, and Gardon succeeded in then defeating those, but then he's also gone ahead and like created his own new set of kingdoms. So this is all sort of spiraled out of control just because Vandor didn't outright be like, hey, I think your stepbrother is insane. Gardon, I think the Emperor is insane. We came here to help you with the demons, but he wanted me to kill you. Can we, we might have to do something about that. Instead, Vandor played this weird game of like, I don't want to follow this order, but I'm going to do it in like a weird implicit way without actually doing it myself so that I don't feel responsible. Basically, the Emperor, who was the question mark character, was the one that ordered Vandor to the continent to rescue Renova. It also explained that Renova was living in the Empire of Rodan, and then was sent back to the kingdoms, which explains how she was impregnated or when she was impregnated. Again, that answers that question. So basically, this mission sets the Golden Guard up to be like, they're just like this huge, consolidated power base in Carol, but they're alone. The Empire has cut them off, and all the kingdoms hate them. And, of course, the demons are hostile to them. So, like, I feel like this actually sets the Golden Guard up to be sort of a tragic faction, where they are very powerful, and they kind of did always mean for the best, but they also took orders from an emperor who was clearly corrupted by something. And, again, just the fact that if the Emperor wouldn't have ordered Vandor to kill Gardon, this probably all would have been fine. But here we are. Interesting stuff. So I really like the changes to this chapter. The introduction of all the kids, like, is it really excessive? We won't know because they've all just been introduced and we don't know what's going to happen with them. You can send them all off into different directions to join up with different factions down the road, or they're all just going to die when we assault the fortress. Who knows? But it's cool. A lot of doors open with this, and I just really appreciate what this specific mission has done with the Golden Guard. It makes you realize that they are very powerful and kind of tragic at this point, which I enjoy. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.